I.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everybody. Let Daphne go ahead and take one.
We'll have approval for the safety minutes for September 26th. Is everybody able to read them and is there any corrections or comments?
What's that?
So I'm just waiting. Who would miss it? Karen Palmer. If there's no corrections, do we accept the minutes as read?
I make a motion, we accept this minutes.
Second. Rhodey, do you have any updates on claims?
Certainly, I brought. Was to try not to kill too many trees. I'll leave this copy with Billy, and then I'll just go over them verbally if that's okay. And Mark, feel free, we'll go ahead and do the work comp first. First of all, we have, looks like we have, a slip trip fall, rolled ankle, and I don't want to talk about the employee names just for HIPAA. Rolled ankle causing employee to fall, but that looks like it's medical only and there's nothing paid on it, and that took place on 11/27/23. Where? I don't know, but
It's here.
I mean,
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Heard anything?
It's in
I
mine.
never got a report about it.
I think it was here.
so I'll just let, I mean, we're in a safety meeting, but we're not talking about health issues, so Carol Bornson. Again, it might have been just a minor accident and nothing was brought as a result of it, because there's zero wage loss. Obviously, there's zero medical. So it might have been just an incident only. And then we have another Valerie Cartwright. Strains, and that's only medical only, a small medical only claim at this point. And that was in August of this last year, 2023.
Are the names given public knowledge?
Well, the names are public knowledge. I just don't want to go into what
Right, I'm just
I don't want to
wondering
go
if
too deep into the,
there's a little bit of privacy there, even in the names.
yeah. I know.
Because we're being zoomed right now,
Yeah.
and so it kind of going up here. It's curious.
Yeah, and then we had another one, that took place in March of 2023, which was the larger claim. There's a medical, associated with that one. And that's, employee slipping, getting out of the grader. Other than that, that's kind of the only large, that the slipping, getting out of the grader was the large claim. So other than that, everything is medical only or zero. So that's good. So I left a copy of this with Billy, so you guys can take a look at it as you need to. Does anybody have any questions on that? Mark, do you have anything to add on the work comp side of things?
Sure. Yes, we came up with goals a while back, and one of them was near miss reporting. And so the claim that he just talked about, the slip, trip and fall, that nobody knew about, that's the only claim that's been reported with what we call the $0. Are near miss cards being submitted? So you guys are aware of some of these things?
We have formulated a near miss report and a policy, and we'll be talking about that and putting it into place.
Okay, not quite in place yet.
Yep.
All right. Same thing with the training, the safety training. We talked about an online training platform and then a tracking system.
Yeah, and that's gonna be more discussion here at this meeting as well, right? 'Cause
Right.
we're gonna be rolling out that, if it's adopted, we're gonna roll out that safety training. Okay,
Let that roll.
Pardon?
I'll let that roll.
with respect to the property and casualty, I'll just review these real quick again. I left Billy a copy. We have, for policy year 2023, we have the beacon at Redfield, which we're all aware of, right? Which, there's a $20,000 reserve on that claim. Are you guys aware of that one? Beacon light at Reddick Field Airport blew over during windstorm.
Any sense.
Okay. Then we have a closed claim. Well, that's policy in 2022, so we don't need to go there.
Should have a card on there.
Let me get to the autos. Yes, we have sheriff backed into Clayton's Park fire truck. Paid amount was 4536.
What was that?
Sheriff backed into Clayton's Park fire truck.
I don't know where I'll credit.
Claimants.
And that was in July 20th of 2023.
Sheriff did.
And that's all I have as far as recent.
Did he get it?
Recent claims? Yeah.
Got on the road.
But I handed Billy a copy of that for your records as well.
Don't we have a car on the claim out here? You know, that white car shouldn't have been on the claim, the one at first, that guy here. Hit and run.
That was
That's
in
on the
August
policy.
23.
August 23 was an auto claim.
Yeah.
Anything? Yeah, it just got closed out.
I mean, it hasn't came through yet.
Did they catch the person?
Wasn't it?
Yes, it is on here. My apologies. I'm sorry. It was down at the bottom. It was county vehicle sustained a hit and run. $12,000 was $12,459 was paid on it. There is outstanding reserves of 2540. My suspicion is that it's open because they're trying to find out who might have done it. And if they can find out who might have done it, then they're going to try and subrogate back against them. If they're successful in finding out who it is. Lots of ifs, if.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm sorry, Commissioner Adler, I didn't see that one, so thanks for bringing it to my attention. But again, Billy has copies of those, so, okay. Thank you, that's all I have.
Rogie?
Well, so we did finish, I think we approve that PowerPoint.
Yeah, we made some corrections and then,
And I resent it, and so the only thing now is just scheduling a date, and you guys decide that you want to do it with your staff. Remember the Montana Safety Culture Act? Yep. I know it was a while ago, it seems like, but yeah, but that's all ready to go. It's just, we talked about doing it after the first of the year, so it's just. If you guys want to get together and just decide on a date, you know, we could get something on the calendar. So kind of where that stands. Maybe we can get together, Jack.
yeah.
Do you want to try to schedule it before Christmas?
Oh.
No, I mean like, get it on
Yes.
get it on the calendar for 2024 at some point.
What do you guys think it would be better to do it on a Tuesday while you guys are here also? You meet on the 2nd of January, day after New Year, okay? So what about the 9th of January? They have a lot of things to do on.
I'll look at my calendar.
Okay.
It probably should work. So what time are you thinking?
How long does it take?
Oh god, I think it'd be 45 minutes tops, if that.
I guess we'll look, see what Virginia looks like for the money. Try to put it in. Try to put it in there somewhere with it work.
For to do it in the morning before the crews go out and stuff like that,
Well, I'm wondering if we,
or in the afternoon when they,
yeah,
cause if it snows or something, you gotta get out there.
would it be best to come to the two road departments and do this?
Or something that's gonna be, it's definitely happening, or, well, I mean, what's the deal?
Yeah, it's just a view of the Montana culture.
Can you do it further in the year instead of where you can give more notice, because that's.
Sure.
That's kind of not that much notice to everyone. I mean, you're looking at a couple weeks, 3 weeks.
Right.
At the end of the month. You want on and then.
I'll do whatever works for you guys.
Okay, well, let's talk and we'll,
Okay,
We'll come
yeah,
up with that.
talk it over and see what would work best, so you get your people notified and all that and stuff.
so. Are we? Do we want to make a decision and adopt this today? So that is in our policy and in our minutes that it's adopted.
Think better.
Was that the, I'm sorry, let me just interject, is that the motion on the? The training, or is that also the motion on the, on the near miss reporting? Are we talking two different?
Two different things.
Two different things,
Yeah. So, do we have a motion to adopt the Montana Cultural Act for Grant County?
I'll make that motion.
And this is gonna be a mandatory training for all employees?
So is this just a one-time deal, or is there a chance that maybe some can't make it to one?
So
where we
what-
have an-
So what we can do is we'll record it in a Zoom meeting, you can actually record those, so then we can actually take that file and send you the file. And so if they do miss it, then they can go through that. That works.
And then we'll have it so new employees will be take it also.
Yeah, I'm able to get the whole file to Jackie and then.
So we should make sure that the department heads are there for sure. Yeah.
Would it help to do 2 sessions, like a morning session? Of course, I can go over here all day. maybe.
Or if you have one, you can watch it on the. Computer, that's. Good as anything. I would think.
It's not as good as seeing Billy in person.
Well, so, yeah, if we make sure the department heads are there, and then you're gonna have a recording, then you could probably make sure that they view it.
Yeah.
And then check them off.
And
Yeah,
write
because
that-
there's no way that. You can't say, well, we'll have. All my guys here, hell, we can be in the middle of a blizzard.
Yeah,
We don't. As long as we can have it
Yeah,
on.
Yeah.
Video so they can watch it and check it out, that's pretty good.
yeah, and if the department heads are signing off that their employees have watched it, I mean, we'll try to get everybody into one session, you think, and then,
And they'll just have to, those that are out, we'll just have to sign that safety form.
Right.
Yeah, and then we'll have it on file in there.
and like I said, it shouldn't be anything that's gonna be 45 minutes would be tops. That'd be on a long grant. I don't see it. So. But it's just a good message, so then everybody knows why you have to do all these things, so.
But it's the law, I mean,
Yeah.
Montana Safety Culture Act is part of Montana law, and so I think it's a good reminder, and it kind of feeds into exactly what. Granite County Commissioners are trying to do, is to set the tone that this stuff is extremely important, and so, yeah. I think it's very wise that you're moving in that direction.
Will the commissioners have a little say in that? I mean, a little spiel to give before or after Brody talks about the implementation of this?
Well, I think we'll all be, with this new information now, I'm sure it would be,
Is there gonna be, you're gonna have it while you're in session, right? Or I guess, is it gonna be in session or is it? Or is it just the day that you're in?
Tuesday. It'll be
We'll set it for a Tuesday.
Okay.
Mark, do you have anything?
EMOD's great, 0.74, likely going up in July. My computer wasn't working, so I couldn't go back to see what was in that year before you guys came to state fund. So I don't know what was there, but
Yeah,
it likely wasn't as big as the one that's coming in.
yeah, and it will, I've already been braced, I don't exactly know what the number is, it will go up. And the reason it's gonna go up is a result of some of the stuff that had happened a couple of years ago. Keep in mind that carries essentially a 3-year tail. I'll use the term tail, hopefully, so the mod is based off of your 3 most recently completed policy periods. And we talk a lot about, your modified duty, light duty, early return to work type of stuff. Keep in mind, and I've mentioned this before, but as a reminder, your for wage, for medical only claims, NCCI discounts those claims 70% on your mod. So if you had a claim that was a $10,000 claim, and all $10,000 of that was medical costs only, then NCCI is gonna discount that to $3,000. That's $3,000, so they're discounting it 70%. $3,000 of that claim cost is gonna be calculated in your modification. The very moment it turns to a wage loss claim, 100% of that claim cost is calculated against the mod. And so that's why we're always talking about, and I know that you have Spartan crews and, those types of stuff, and not always can an employer such as Granite County allow for early return to work. The nice thing about having the policy in place is that, it's there, the employees know it's there, the department heads know it's there. So that we can try and get those employees back to work quicker. It's a morale issue, but it also saves you money on your insurance costs. So that's really important. So Mark brought today's mod is good, but we are going to see a spike, unfortunately, in the subsequent term. So.
Thank you for that clarification.
Mm-hmm.
Karen,
Mark, did you have anything else on that? Okay, all right.
Did you make another motion on that other one, or we got?
we're gonna talk about that. Janine, Karen's not here today?
No. She has nothing to report though.
Okay. Do you have any updates?
Nope. Everything's going smooth.
Is the,
Finding a plumber, that's a whole other story.
and the sidewalk is done and all that?
Yep, we got everything ready to roll there. All I got left to do is hang up the no parking signs and we got a cable in it, heat tape or whatever, it's ready to go. Working.
It's still.
Val, is Val on?
No,
Mr. Alt.
All good.
So, this is our old agenda.
I'm gonna get that new one.
So on the safety culture, or not safety, excuse me, the near miss. We came up with a policy that Brody had sent me, and we kind of made some changes to it. And we're trying to implement this near miss policy so that we have documentation of anything that is a near miss and how to correct it. We kind of talked about doing a near miss. I don't wanna call it.
Incentive?
Yeah, incentive, thank you. You know, if somebody is, like, if we have 5 near misses that are reported in a month or in a quarter. Put them in a bucket, pull one out, give them like a coffee gift card or, you know, grocery store gift card, things like that, so it kind of makes people. You know, invested in the end of the result, there is a. There would be, maybe I left it at the office, a near miss, oh, here it is. If you saw something like, you know. I'll hand this to, you wanna look at it, I'll hand it to Chuck. And then there is a toolbox talk on near miss, so people, we would go around, talk about the near miss policy putting into place. And kind of what the gist of it is, and then we will have people sign off on it and then leave some of the near miss folders with them, or completion papers. So,
These are posted somewhere or these?
no, we have to adopt this yet. Yeah. So, here's the policy. If you. Did you print those out?
No, I think I have that.
So we just need to adopt this near miss policy and put that into place and then. Take it around to our departments and explain what that policy is.
We'll make a motion that we adopt a near miss reporting policy. You wanna look at it first? Did you get it with me?
Thanks for that. I already got that. So is this something that we're gonna have all employees are gonna get a copy of this?
Well, and as Mark and I were discussing, you know, putting this into place to help us lower that mod and make it safer in our county and. just
And
deal
then
with
if they see anything, they would fill this out and
Yep.
hand it to their supervisor.
Yep, and then we'll do our,
And then their supervisor signs off on it and turns it into you.
yeah, or they can drop it off to Billy, so.
Did you make a motion?
We'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
I think that's about, Paul and I were discussing the other day, he's gonna stop at the office and on that risk management. We'll go in there individually, look at, trainings that pertain to his, you know, the solid waste and the road department and things like that, and we'll kind of make a list for the year. I've made a decision that I'll be sending out training on January, April, July, and October. So everybody will kind of know the scenario when it's gonna be coming out. So. But we'll probably do that before the first of the year and
Yeah,
make the yearly, what you feel is fit for your people.
there's so many of them that just are crazy, but
Well, I know, and we should pick the ones that pertain to you guys,
right.
instead of, you know.
Yeah, I think just, you know, everybody's time is pressed for time, right? And Paul's guys are out there trying to get stuff done in the field, and so. The last thing you wanna have them go through is something that's not really relevant to their operation. You wanna, you know, try and take advantage of, you know, try and provide that training that's in their wheelhouse, where they're gonna get the benefit out of it.
Something they'll utilize.
You know, pretty good.
Yeah,
Kind of along the lines of keeping everything very relevant. And maybe this is something for a year down the road when we see how the rest of this stuff is going. But what if every department, what if there was like a safety stand down for a day? You know, I don't know, whatever time of year works, whatever. Where each department for, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours, talked about the hazards that are in their department. So, you know, maybe things that they're doing that aren't, you know, we're doing this with this machine, we really shouldn't use it that way, stuff like that, to, you know, we're or climbing the racks to get to stuff up there when we should have a rolling ladder, you know, whatever it is. But each department identifies their hazards, makes a list of them, and then figures out, okay, which is the most likely and the most severe if it happens. And then kind of chart it out and then start working through them that way. That way, it's narrowed right into their department.
Sounds good.
Would that work with you guys, because you seem to have the department that's scattered, you know. and-
Right. If it's we're gonna do something like that, just have to be. At some point when everybody could get together.
Right. Okay. But we
Maybe in
talked
the
about
winter
that.
when you don't have anything going on.
It's neat, it's neat to
Yeah.
make it work.
Okay.
But I understand, you know, we didn't need to make it work. We're gonna do this, we got all the food. All of us got to be on board.
And maybe by then, when you come into the office, I can kind of do a little Excel sheet or something, then we can identify things.
I think I think your plan, your plan is good, I think, to kind of make the trainings relevant, and then Mark's idea about down the road drilling down and making them even more relevant, doing kind of almost the hazard, like he said, what's the likely accident, what's the severe accident. I think that's a good look down the road. I think first things first, let's get the plan in place and start the training. And then always looking for ways to make it relevant to the employees. You know, so they get some benefit out of it. Mark's idea is probably a good one for the next step.
Well, and we have that long-term goal within 3 and 5 years, improving the program, so. Any other?
I have one comment if I could.
Yes.
Tip my cap to Granite County. I was here earlier in November. And I wanted to come and get in a session, but I also didn't want to sit on a check that was coming your way. So I was able to deliver a nice nearly $17,000 check, dividend check to Granite County for its dividend through the Montana State Fund. So hats off to you folks. That's a nice, you know, oftentimes it's not very, you're always sending money to the insurance companies. It's nice to get one back in return once in a while, right? And so kudos to you guys. It's evident by virtue of you getting the dividend check, it's evident that some of the stuff you're doing is working. And so people have heard me talk about this before, at the risk of sounding repetitive, it's kind of like pushing a boulder up a mountain, right? The second you stop pushing it, it's going to come rolling back down on you. And so I would just encourage you to stay the course. That's a pretty nice dividend for Granite County in relation to its premiums paid. And dividends cannot be guaranteed, but you folks trying to do everything you can to control the controllables within your organization, that's going to go a long ways and hopefully securing future dividends. So nice work to this group. I just wanted to compliment you on that.
So you did just win.
November
in
2nd, 3rd, 4th, something like
it
Did
was-
that.
we discuss it? Or
It was in November and then I was gone, I was out that next week, so the letter and the receipt were in your correspondence that week.
so I think we comp insurance, we need to comp
Yep.
insurance. Okay.
Mhm.
I was thinking, yeah.
And I did want to do it when you were in session, but I was hoping to get to do it when you were in session. But I wasn't able to, and I didn't want to sit on that check that long, so that's the reason I came over and dropped it off. So
Thank you.
kudos to you. That's good work. You know, it's like I said, dividends cannot be guaranteed. But it's nice to be able to get one, and if you're controlling the things you can control, hopefully you'll be able to be in store for more of those in the future. So good work.
Is that a yearly thing or is that?
Their dividend policy is a yearly dividend. Now there was a little bit of a calculation issue this last go around. So it represented a little bit more than 1 year, but it should be on on an annual track as we move forward. So, and you know, the Montana State Fund has changed its dividend policy. It used to be a loss sensitive dividend policy. And what that means is that if your loss ratio was strong, good, you could be in store for a dividend during that policy period. But, you know, so I like the loss sensitive portion of it because there is really incentive driven, but also there are accidents that just happen in there's, you know, the county could be doing everything it possibly can and you could still have that accident. And if that deep sixed your dividend opportunity, I didn't like that part of it. So they've changed their philosophy. It is not going to be a loss sensitive dividend. It's going to be depending on how the policyholders and the state fund do as a whole will drive what the dividend happens to be for policyholders. So I do like it in the sense that the old way, if you had one claim, it could just blow your loss ratio up and then you wouldn't have an opportunity to get one. This way, at least we're still doing the hard work. We're still doing the heavy lifting to put the things in place to try and be more safe. But you're also getting that little bit benefit of the reward as well. So I do like this.
I think we've declared a dividend.
30 years in a row.
Something like that. And it's usually. I don't know, 28 to 38 to $35 million, somewhere in that range. So it's a sizable chunk.
Anyway, I wanted to make sure that this group was aware of that since I did pop in and hand deliver that to Billy last month.
I do want to say too, on that near miss policy, it is in that policy that, you know, we're not saying, well, you guys did this wrong, we did that wrong. It's like to come together, it's like not nitpicking.
Correct.
We just want to make sure that, you know, everybody stays safe with everything that's going on in our county. And there's no fault, there's no, you know, I just want that to be known.
No, that's important. I brought that up because it's truly not meant to pick on any particular area or department. It's really meant to, hey, we saw something today that could have resulted in a bad accident. We had a near miss. And let's talk about it. Let's implement some policies and procedures or discussion around that issue so that we can avoid that from ever occurring again. So it's really meant to be a proactive tool. And I think the commissioners, my advice to the commissioners would be treat it as such, treat it as a proactive tool, not as a penalty or, you know, oh, Paul's department had 18 near misses. Paul's not doing a very good job. That's not the point of it at all. That's really not. It's really, his department may have the most because his department he's dealing with high hazard stuff, right? That and law enforcement. So they in fact may have the higher numbers, but it's not meant to say you're not doing your job. It's meant to say, how can we help the department become more safe and be aware of the surroundings? And so that's really what I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah.
Because there are gonna be new hires that are gonna see things that, you know, the veterans say, oh, we've always done it that way, but the new hires are gonna have an eye on it that, you know, and vice versa. Veterans are gonna see something a new hire is gonna do that could cause a serious.
Yeah, that cuts both ways, right? I mean, veterans can be, you know, I'm guilty of it. We can get complacent, right? And so the newbie I can learn something from the newbie and vice versa.
No further discussion. We will adjourn the meeting. Do I have a motion?
All right, one more thing. The lights in the dome got done too, so at nighttime looking see if it's in.
Oh, okay.
Cool, thanks for
Is
that.
it going nice? Happened for you and I. Then Friday.
And then, oh, I do have one more thing. We did change the motion light at the Drummond office. It was out, and so my husband put in a new one just for trips and hazards because we have others that are using the office for addiction counseling and therapists. So they come at night. So we did put that up for safety purposes for their clients and us.
We got all our safety stuff, right, for everybody. Did we get a thing to put in the car and stuff?
Oh, okay, so I have a cert, yeah, thanks. I have a cert pack that I had done a class years ago, and it's got a helmet and safety vest, and Billy and I talked about it the other day, we're gonna throw in some yak tracks in there. And I'll throw that backpack in there, so people have safety vests and they have a helmet, like Linda Bach, if she goes out on the job, she has a helmet in there, so she has something to throw on her head and yak tracks, and we're just kind of putting together a backpack for safety issues, and will always be in that car.
Okay, so I have a question on. Coats for the road crew.
Were they just,
No, I haven't got any, they've all got sweatshirts.
Well, what, I don't know, I think that maybe they should have good winter coats.
That'd be good.
I really do, and it wouldn't, they'd last, what, 2-3 years?
Just depends.
depends.
Just
Yeah.
depends.
But it's just to
One
have
pretty strong,
them with you, just so they have them, then they
Yeah.
can't come back on us and say,
Yeah.
well, we didn't have it.
I don't know, I suggested to Billy that maybe you guys kind of get together and see if you can find some. Really get some decent ones, some warm
I'll get
ones. That, all, and including yourself.
Yeah, they're,
And then that would be something that, what, as they wear or fade or something, they could be replaced. Especially the road crew, because in the winter time, it's cold and they aren't gonna be flipping on and off the vest, get a good winter coat.
Would be better if they're retro reflective or high vis.
maybe, I guess.
Does that sound all right? I think
I think
that's,
we need to, yeah, especially, you know, if
Yeah.
they're working in the dark, you know.
And out of the brick wall, it's gonna need to be seen.
I know they do have some that even. You have liners that go to them, or they can pull the liner out and wear it. In the fall or something too.
That's what we had on the ambulance.
Well, you'll get them, then,
I'll get,
yeah, let's get them right away, 'cause we're gonna push through with this and adopt it, and we wanna make sure we're the ones.
Yeah.
Pushing it, so let's.
And everybody has enough yak tracks? You don't,
I've never gotten.
Okay. I have to go to Anaconda's work today, so I can find some. Paul, does your crew have enough?
there's plenty of them, they're still. Something hanging in the shop, so.
Do you need one track would be, or one, or do you want a couple down there?
Just one.
Okay, all right, I will get them for you today.
Well, and let me think about that, I don't know, depending on. My feeling, if they come in, not to shovel, it probably don't get too like fair for a man's size and a woman's size.
Okay,
Better to have.
Yeah.
I think they're unisex, but
Yeah, they are, but I mean, and like,
one large, one medium.
yeah, something like that, or.
Okay.
I don't know, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Figure it out.
All right. So now do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
at the next meeting.
It will be March.
Well,
Well, like,
Well.
That right one on there.
No, it's not.
So you send me a new one?
Yeah.
God dang
Thank you, guys.
it, losing my mind.
Thanks, everybody.
Merry Christmas,
everybody.
Merry Christmas, thank you guys.
Thanks for all you do.
You're welcome. Nice day for a drive.
Yeah, yeah, and we'll come down.
Plus, I had to read it by place anyway, so.
If you
Oh,
need
perfect.
anything else, you know, you find me.
I will.
Thank you.
Okay,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
thank
Yeah.
you guys.
You too.
Thanks
Merry
for the check.
Christmas.
Was Brody, was that check exactly 17,000?
No.
No, there was 17 and some change.
Well, I was just trying to see if it did actually go into comp insurance.
16,832.37.
37, yeah, it did.
Got it.
Went in.
So again, congratulations on that. That's a nice thing.
Thank you guys for your work.
Absolutely.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Take care.
Have a good one.
I don't know what's wrong with it.
Got those.
I got nothing.
Yeah, we gotta figure it out.
I don't know.
The library's gotta do a few things and they'll.
We'll go ahead, we're going to. Accept the board of minutes. Accept the board of minutes for December.
Morning.
I make a motion that we accept the minutes for December 5th, 2023.
No second.
Public comment?
On that, all minutes.
No.
Do you want to make another motion on the minutes? Yeah, let's do it.
Do what?
Make a motion on any minutes.
Make a motion.
I would say, I just say public comment on these minutes or any minutes.
These minutes are any minutes.
Yeah.
Minutes or any. Okay.
Yeah.
All in favor? All right, we'll jump into correspondence, we have one letter here from Paul, he took care of it, right, that Ingrid. The one that hit the, they moved the. Wow.
Well, here's the deal with that. In July. August sometime anyway. I was getting complaints from fishermen that they're tripping over this wire. That Blackwood's laid this wire along the ditch. So I talked to Blackwood, I said, it can't be laying in the ditch. And yeah, we're getting that took care of on. 4 months later, the mower hits it, that's not our problem. And these people have some kind of an ongoing battle against Blackwood. But at any rate, he hit it mowing. Yeah, you're not gonna see that thing in there. But by the time he was coming out, Blackwood was already gonna put it back together.
Did Blackfoot send the county a bill? Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think they'll
Oh,
do
yeah.
that.
Cause
So
they're the ones that
this is
laid
down
it.
Rockford.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, well, negligently laid.
On the Missoula Rock there, Blanche.
That lady was, just sitting out, playing it, so.
That the wire was
Yeah,
was
sorry.
exposed.
I just wanted to bring it up, it was,
Or,
very took care of.
I guess
it.
cable, huh? I mean, telephone line cable, or what was it?
It's her internet.
Oh, yeah, so, yeah, fiber.
But then she throws a comment in there about the Paley Bridge, what's that cable got to do with the bridge?
It's. They've got a big thing going there, and I don't know what it is, but
You mean like Missoula's, you talking about Missoula's bridge, or is it, whose bridge is it?
Our bridge.
Oh,
they got. You can see there, they got the cables that tied to the bridge,
oh,
and it's a temporary thing, but. Seems
They
like,
fighting down around. Yes,
yeah,
they were. All right, the next one is text my government proposal.
Oh, yeah, they had called here and they do a service where you can essentially just like I could text minutes to this number and it would send me the commissioner's minutes. And so that's a proposal they have put together for you guys if you are interested in their service.
you're talking about they format stuff in the way you
So
want to format it,
you
or?
would-
This is just an ad, more or less, to.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
So you can go in on the back end and you
Yeah,
can
right.
set it up
It's
so
somebody wants us to pay.
people can text
Yeah.
keywords into it and you
No,
can set up
doesn't
what
have to
it
be on
would
the
send
internet.
them.
It's in the plan.
No, no.
It's like an AI.
So.
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of, but you can set
Hey,
up what. it would
guys,
send.
you,
So the next one is from Pearson Cynthia. And it's on Public Employees Retirement Board meeting. It's December 14th. They got a board and committee meeting page. You can get online. Next one's the disbursement from the Granite County Justice Court, number 1. And it's from the United States Department of Agricultural, it's they're letting us know of interest in projects occurring in the local national forest. And there's an app you can get on now, Forest Service. And had a letter from the. Next one, sorry, this is a letter from the Phillipsburg Volunteer Fire Department. They brought it in this morning and it's regarding Phillipsburg Fire Department does not recommend closing roads in the Browns Gulch and surrounding areas which will effectively eliminate emergency response access to many people who live in said areas. That was brought in this morning, they're here now, people are starting to close roads. Or want roads closed and they're against it, because if they have to go up there, how would get to a fire or an ambulance get there?
Well, we're not closing them, so, right?
You know, we're trying
Well,
to keep them.
They're just, yeah, giving their support for the,
Oh,
Yeah, I think that'd be more for like 11.
Yeah.
31, but he brought it in to correspondence, so. I did bring it.
it's canceling them.
And I'm like, in there, 'cause I didn't know. Now we'll go ahead and any or we're in the public comment.
That was a perfect, good envelope too.
I think that was a good idea, we talked about the coast. Glad you brought that up, because we need to.
Yeah, where are we? Yeah.
They have, well, we're pushing the safety
Yeah.
stuff, they have to wear, never have seen 4 guys without vests, I'm done. with
Yeah.
this. Either start wearing the stuff, or why are we making you guys keep getting this, and doing
I
that?
think Paul should get one too.
Yeah, I heard that, he said yes, so.
Okay.
I just wanna thank you for that, cause we need to push the safety.
Well, they have a decent coat, they're gonna wear it, if they get someone.
Well, they just need to be wearing them all the
Yeah.
time. Tired of this, oh, we don't see it here or that, but you know, when I see them walk across the other day, there was 4 guys, 1 guy was in the truck, and the other 3 were in front of, they were trying to get the truck hooked under the plow, not one of them had.
I'd close it if you're gonna talk about that.
Well, it's,
Yeah, it's a personnel matter.
What do you
He
think?
didn't use name, he didn't use name.
I guess. Alrighty, any public comment? Okay, we're caught back up and Paul just went in the other room and we'll go into weekly report. There's money in that safety stuff,
Yes.
we can talk about that, you know, talk about stuff that we can buy that stuff out of.
Yes,
Thing with them gap, their cleats and that, like, you can, like, say.
Yeah.
For them, you know, here in Bordeaux. They might not ask, like Sarah or Vicky and them to go to get the mail too, you know, they used to always ask me about them.
The heat hadn't been working upstairs, but it's working today, so.
Oh, that's good, finally.
Yeah,
I know, this is one of the only
It's,
rooms I think it works in.
I don't know that it's, it's not regulated up there. I mean, turn the thermostat, have to turn it up to like 85 to get it going, so.
do the thermostats even work anymore?
I don't know if it's a thermostat or another issue, but there's something going on.
Maybe we better get a hold of Janine and find out what, because I see them guys here the other day.
Oh, were they?
They've been
Okay,
here.
okay,
They've
so they're
Been
working,
here a lot, yeah.
yeah,
With her.
we get an update.
No, not forgot. You know. Yeah.
Just standing some road and still putting signs in, pretty much it. One thing, speaking of heat. There, Jim Lott's gonna come back to the ambulance building here in Beaver. And put an expansion slip in that furnace that's there. It was,
Would you get a hold of Little Arm or whatever his name is, John?
Robert Littleton?
They had some guy in the book.
oh,
you better check with him, remember? Cause I asked him about the heat,
Yeah.
if it was ever fixed, and he
They
said
said
something.
fix it.
Yeah, so we can check with him first.
Yeah, if you give me, I don't even know who it is, if you give me a phone number.
He's the head of the ambulance.
I'll get you a phone number.
Yeah, get it from Billy like this case, then.
But they might have fixed it without fixing like the cause of the problem.
What's
Maybe
going
it's
on
not-
with it is it doesn't have an expansion joint in it. And when it gets, so when it's really cold, it gets heating so much that that separates itself. Whoever put it together originally, and so he was getting one to put in it.
Oh, okay, well, probably better have it.
Yeah.
No, I'll call this guy and I'll get hold of Jim as well. But
I think Brandy has his cell phone number. I don't have. his cell phone
I do
number.
here.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
No.
He's the only one really around that does that stuff that
There you go.
or just send it to me.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
faster.
Who's that?
Robert.
Hmm?
Robert.
Ambulance guy.
He's the head of the ambulance here.
yeah.
He works at the Forest Service. If you're- you've probably seen him,
Yeah, maybe 15.
It's coast to coast here.
Yeah, they are there. I talked to the sheriff yesterday. They're up and running and everything's going well so far. So,
Doing like a 90-day
yeah.
test period and see how it goes.
Other than that, I don't have much to know. It's great weather.
So you'll continue you have a crew that starts, what, Monday through Thursday and then Tuesday through Friday, right? And
Correct.
that'll continue on.
Yeah.
So for like the holidays, bigs are on Monday, so the Friday crew would take that Friday off.
It would be however
Yeah.
their weekend falls, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have my calendar in front of me, but yeah.
So we're still on 410 then.
But
We're
we
gonna
got,
stay there. I mean,
we got two
as long as
crews.
you have things covered.
Yeah, long as that- yeah.
We have 3 guys working Tuesday through Friday and 4 guys working Monday through Thursday. So,
At least it's all the
Yeah.
days are
we're
being covered.
gonna get this covered,
There, you got it, everything covered.
yeah. So, yeah, and their holidays would go according to their shift.
We got one compliment on the delineators.
Yeah. That's good.
What road, Chuck?
Maxville.
So anything else, any public comment on anything?
One thing it is, the time again. If we're gonna put in for contractors, we do that this time every year and then open bids the middle of January. So we're gonna put it in the paper again, it's the time to do that for the 24 year.
Well, we're gonna have to talk about that. I don't know if we're gonna have the money. My opinion. The money's not gonna come in. It used to. We should probably talk about it.
Yeah, whatever you wanna do,
Good.
but it's always good to have them on hand so that if something does happen. They're in the file. Whether we use them or not, you know. Might not use anybody for a couple of years, who knows, you know. All depends on the budget, but
Billy, is that a comment trying to? It's going. There's something flashing.
other than that. Don't have nothing. I'll get some coats rounded up,
And what?
coats,
Sure they wear.
probably won't want 60 degrees.
No, but then they-
Weather gotta change one of the
Yeah.
days.
Just wanna make sure we're doing good on safety and stuff, so.
We saw it warm and dry through Christmas.
Next 10 days. But. You know, gonna change one of these days and stay.
Alrighty, well, if nothing else, I guess we're going to dam timber control.
All right. I'll see you later, thanks.
Thanks, Paul.
Dam timber report or 6429.11, we're 4.68 inches below.
Still going up.
Mm-hmm.
And people are ice fishing out there.
Huh?
People are ice fishing out there. Uh-huh. Crazy.
What were you saying about that piezometer?
So your agenda is amended today because there's two items on there. One, so the piezometer was fixed and the erosion thing was addressed, but we need to formally e-file a letter to FERC. That's one of our overdue items. So Jeremiah has drafted a letter that we're gonna, which is on your agenda today, so we can formally e-file that to them
It
today.
wasn't an overdue thing, it was, we just found it.
It's an overdue response to FERC. on
Yeah,
our
we didn't respond to them, we
correspondence.
fixed it, but didn't respond to them.
We let them know, but it wasn't we didn't formally respond, so.
Well, I thought though, when we got it, remember I said, make sure they know about it.
They
That's
do.
not good enough, you have to
We
have
could
it.
formally respond. So, that's one of our letters today, so that'll go out before our conference call with them next week, so.
Well, it's all that paper, 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 paper.
So what's your plan for the dam?
So you looking at this morning I looked at it and it was 6429.11. Now it's 6429.12.
It's
So it's
coming up.
coming.
Mhm.
I think 15. Can we keep it at 15?
We got that modification sent out Friday, they finally accepted it Friday.
Yeah, I think we can keep it at 50.
Yeah, they want notice every week, but yeah,
But we still shouldn't be gaining. But maybe since they didn't change it till Friday,
Yeah.
you know, they just left it Friday, maybe
So really, we're a
we'll
week,
go another week and see what it does this week.
cause we're a week behind, really.
Yeah.
Cause again, they.
Right.
So leave it at 15.
Yeah,
So
I
you-
moved to leave it too.
You look at last year. And it was 6427.91 on the 12th of December. So
No, it was way lower. I mean, we're way high. You know,
Yeah.
so if it started raining and whatever.
So they have on their statistics, their high. Was in 2019. And that was 6428.65. So this is a new high for December 12th at 6429.12. So it's high.
So leave it at 15, cause really we're going by what we wanted done last week, never had done Friday.
Right, so see
So
what
we
it
gotta
does,
make sure that this.
see what it does for a week and then hopefully it'll even out. People down a little bit.
So we get permission. When, like today, it goes out and we get it. Comes back,
We just got it for last week, Friday, so here it is Tuesday, we're starting over.
so we can keep it at 15 until we get permission again to keep it at 15 for another week. So we don't have to put it,
No, we don't have to get permission to keep it for another week.
they just need
I
to
think we
give
just
them,
need to-
just notify
Oh, okay.
the agencies for the month of December.
Yeah.
We'd have
So
to
it'd
get
be
permission
weekly.
if we upped it to 20.
yeah,
Yeah, correct.
okay, I get it. Okay,
Are you seconding it?
I second it.
Public comment? Being it's none, all in favor?
Aye.
Number 80, I guess then we're into the monthly claims.
So what do you think? If it keeps going up? Or, yeah, if it keeps going up, should we go up to 20 next, or?
I think we'd better start looking, see, cause if it's, we're gonna get moist, yesterday they got like. Or Sunday, there was about 3 inches of snow in Missoula, but then you got to Beaver Tail, from Beaver Tail to Drummer, there was nothing. And then yesterday, got about 2 inches of snow up on the Garnet, you can still drive all the way to Garnet. There's 2 inches of snow and they're coming out, it was raining yesterday out there, but then you come to Maxville, and there ain't nothing.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a weird year, I don't
Are
know.
you
It is, right?
comfortable? Okay, don't shut that.
I got, I will.
You're
I
layered.
work this
You're
morning,
layered.
and I know, I've got, yeah. So, yeah, I think probably start looking, we might have to go up some more. and just- How much ice is on the lake? Yeah.
I don't know, but people are out there. I was talking to Ty last week because he said somebody had called in because people were ice fishing up there, but they're. We talked to the game warden, there's people are ice fishing.
It was late freezing.
Yeah,
It's not frozen solid though.
I wouldn't
It's-
yeah, there's
so,
like
it's-
places, yeah, there's
yeah,
places you
it's
wouldn't wanna
not,
go.
I saw that and I was going, ooh, I wouldn't be out there.
I wouldn't either.
No,
Mm-mm.
so I think that's why they say it's their own responsibility, the Fish and Game says that.
Yeah.
so,
Yeah. Your
Right.
own risk.
I don't know. That's the bad thing when they jeopardize the firemen and the sheriffs and that if they do fall.
Yeah.
And they're, you know,
Good
That's
point.
right.
Yeah, yeah, you're putting other people at risk. There's been a lot of instances where people have been killed trying to rescue.
Crazy.
that I don't. Did you read that letter from the people? Did you?
The Rothwells?
Found it, yeah. Going down there.
Oh, I know, I didn't.
I mean, it's all took care of, it was took care of right away. so.
But I just was making sure that Blackfoot didn't try to send us a bill.
No.
Did you see that one from fire department? I think they started off with that. Got it. Yeah.
Would we have to respond to that?
It's already took care of, all stopped.
I'm gonna make a copy this week.
He talked at Blackfoot. They're the ones that laid it there.
Did she, was that an email from her? No, a letter?
So the drain is all working good now and everything.
When I see it, you know, why, it's in there, it's not plugged in, but I mean, there's no noise through out. So I don't know, I heard it. And it even said it works, and then the lights are up, working now, it's there too, so. You know. So we're all done with that. Well, bringing that up, you know, we're in this. I guess, he was wondering about. Cause I wanna find out what we have left with Mr. Kessler and. Stuff, so wanna get caught up and done and stuff. And he's talking about capping that. I didn't think I thought we made a motion, we weren't gonna do no capping up there till we figured out what ACE is now.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, cause
I
yeah,
gotta make sure and tell him not to start on that, cause otherwise we'll be doing it twice.
Mhm.
yeah,
I thought we told him that, but we better make sure, maybe get text him or send him a letter saying, boy, don't start or buy
Well,
any.
he wouldn't start anything without telling us what it's gonna be.
Well, we already approved it, that having him cap that. In back
He,
in-
he sent us a bill.
No, because you haven't
Or a
started on it,
proposal?
but that's why I want to make sure that we don't tell everything's.
We got a proposal to cap it. I don't remember that.
I don't think we did. But I
Yeah,
guess
we-
I know he was thinking, you know, if we told him we were gonna do that, because that's where it was leaking and that, but until we figure this other thing out, it's better not to do nothing. But otherwise, we're doing it twice. Just sending a letter or texting,
yeah,
you texting.
Yeah, yeah.
He might be coming in today too, so,
That 12/21,
yeah.
I guess, I think he was.
I can check.
If we just got this snowplow, why are they sending us a past due? Invoice?
I don't know that, I didn't get that. Quick question. I know, you know, Lynn Thompson with not Payne West or with whatever Marsh.
Yeah, it's painless.
Yep. She is retiring. Did you guys want to, I remember you had said you wanted to send her something at some point. I believe she's getting ready to retire. I don't know if it's now or January, but it's in the looming weeks. Did you guys want to send her something?
I think we should, she's been really good.
Lynn Thompson, she does all of our insurance, our claims, anytime there's an accident, we go through her
She's
Oh.
cool, yeah.
for
I'd send her some-
decades. What would you like to send her? Some candy,
Yeah,
a
get some
card?
candy.
Candy Graham maybe.
He always was laughing, giggling like.
She's
oh,
very
candy.
sweet. Yeah, she always
Maybe
goes
give
down
her
here.
some candy and send her, cause she's
Okay.
saved us a lot of stuff.
Okay.
She's done.
Okay. I will get her, we're hoping a candy and a card then. Rhodey was gonna give me her exact date, but I'll follow up. Would be cool to just send it at Christmas, I think.
There's the Sweet Dallas. Drop. Drop skip, can you go down and have them,
Think you can.
or maybe
Look that.
just do that?
Mhm.
We never got no response back from Fitzgerald.
Really?
No, he never responded. I left it on there just in case, but Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, it's fine.
Don't say anything.
No, it's not good. They didn't get back to you.
I just.
So the snow plow, was that something that we,
We put it in the budget.
Yeah. and we're just getting it now?
Seemed like we got it in October. They got it in and finally they got it on the 3rd of.
The plow attachment.
The whole file.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's why I was asking about that. They said it's a past due, well, we just got it, so how can?
Yeah. They're not asking for
Well,
interest, are they?
Right.
Here's your lead.
Boy, it's not snowing.
It was snowing at my house.
Yes,
this
like,
morning.
there's a little bit every morning in my house,
What?
Yeah, just a little bit.
but Discovery's still needing,
Oh, I feel
A
for
bunch.
'em, yeah.
So do they have a snow machine?
they
Yeah.
do, I'm not sure how much they can make. They got the Bunny Hill open.
The Bunny Hill was open and it was free to ski, I think, one weekend, and then last weekend, I think maybe there was a couple runs open, but. I have a
Let's start
pass and I
going.
haven't been up there. Yeah, see it today.
I hope it's snowing up there. There's a cloud over it.
Oh, I hope so.
Yes, claim to Dan Bolster. Jackie's answer, well, if he knows how to do it, I told him, go ahead and do it that way, you didn't have to hire an electrician. So, then that would be- Does everybody pay the same price in Drummond for sewer connections? Or is there-
Like a business versus a,
I
I
don't
don't
know,
know.
it just shows our county billing will pay $584. For these two sewer connection.
Isn't that what we do yearly?
That's right.
Oh, it's a yearly one?
Yeah.
I just wondering how that.
Yeah, I would think it'd be the same.
So they do a yearly thing where we do monthly each city. Paid to put a sewer down there. They would use the sewer line, pay for the sewer and then also pay for the sewer line,
Yeah,
flush your toilet.
the, at Hall, is everything on one septic down there? Like that house and the shops, or is it,
Yeah, it's all on, I think there's two of them,
oh, there, okay,
but they were talking. Maybe this spring or something, they're gonna tear down that old house and might have to change some water line and stuff there, but that's all on. It's not new. It's us, so we have a septic and stuff there.
okay. Whose old house? It's a,
Yes, that old one.
oh, yeah,
They were gonna tear it down quite a while ago and they just haven't. done it, so.
We don't have anybody in that. around.
Not even nobody asked.
I had
How did
somebody
that
call the other day and then they never gave me their name, but they were like, I'm gonna call you back about that. They never called me back.
it looks good, and the new siding
Yeah, it's
and
really nice.
inside's in good shape.
Yeah.
We told Coast to Coast about it, but they're, yeah, I think they're doing something up here. Someone else I sent down here too, I don't know if they
I
came,
think
but,
that's what it was.
okay,
They never gave me their name.
oh, they didn't?
No, they just kept talking to me. They're like, hey, yeah, like,
I can't believe, if they whining about this place of rent.
Yeah, and it's a reasonable price, I think the no kids might be, I think that person might have a kid, but they had a 16-year-old, I can't remember what,
I think
yeah,
it's 12 when
Okay.
they're leaves.
So
I
they
think
could've
were
done
good,
it.
Yeah. Mhm.
I can see why you guys do that,
Yeah.
safety issue there. Is the road crew check on it? And-
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, and Billy.
Yeah, and I gave the sheriff's office a key
Outlets get
too.
shut off, so we don't.
Yeah.
got it there.
I could probably go in there and turn it on.
yeah,
Yeah, and I gave the sheriff's office a key too, so they
Okay.
can check on it when they're cruising by.
Yeah, it's nice. place.
Yeah,
And we put a lot of money in it.
Yeah.
Fixed it up.
yeah, siding is great,
Yeah, they did a good job.
They're really good.
yeah,
We're trying to put it on.
yeah, it looks
They
good.
cut all the branches out, we got a pile of brush right there.
Oh.
All the gravel, the skids there and all the stuff, dirt and everything.
Yeah,
They just haul it up to the burn pile like it's done.
yeah. All right, so he said, yeah, the plan to hold off on the caps. He goes, Billy has me on the agenda. Do I still need to be there? That's,
Yeah, it's
Well, we got the updates from Janine, I think we're good.
it's a 12:20.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't
we're meeting now.
uh,
Janine said the lights work up, that's what I was, just wanting to make sure everything was ready to go, so.
all right, he's good. All right. Let's go, the lights are on for Yule Night.
I heard there was lots of people up there. I heard that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and it's in town,
Yeah.
yeah.
And people are getting their letters for the dump stuff. People asking stuff, it's kind of blame
They're
it.
getting their letters from
They got him from Robinson. He got him out. So, it's good.
So are they understanding them or?
Yeah, it's still, you gotta explain a bunch, you know, some of those people, they're just.
So in this, in something like this, if they have more than one unit. And would they have to get with him to make sure that they can keep a unit for themselves to go to the dump?
If they wanna keep one unit to themselves, they
Yeah.
gotta, yeah, they have to.
They have to make sure that,
He's not keeping.
yeah, and so there has to be some
Yeah.
kind of paper trail.
I think he's supposed to be,
Yeah.
we told him, to make sure he looks his job.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be little hiccups in it. For the
yeah,
time being.
it's a work in
until-
process, but. Earlier to get on
Yeah.
this stuff through
Yeah.
communication, the better.
Get your claims.
That was my name signed in there. I'm sure they did. Won't it?
What was it?
Looks like my name. Hogan's claim.
On a what?
Hogan's claim on the, it looks like, don't it look like they started? It's a Hogan's thing. I sure remember something charged out of the county.
Well, that's not that looks like a.
Whose name is it?
The
What is it for?
Fred.
That's good.
Column. See who it was.
It's in an R.
First, I looked like Scott.
Oh, it wasn't you.
No, I think it was rid of it. I have a charge account. but that-
Yeah, yeah, your own private one, yeah.
What department is it for?
Wasn't only supposed to be Paul, but
But,
it's supposed to be Paul about it?
And
Yes, all.
that what it said.
You see the P and then the big A. He's kind of a.
Oh, yeah. Like a doctor's signature?
You see it?
You don't see it. I believe it. It would be a B, it looks like Scott.
Well. So, oh, okay, it goes up. That's really light, right there. It's really light.
Are the hams in?
So, you can pick them up on the 18th through the 20th. I handed those out to get them off of my desk. And then I pick up the gift cards for the safety incentive program today. And I will hand those out.
How much are those?
$50.
Wow.
How much Jackie said there was in the account, so
Oh,
calculated off who did them.
So did everybody do their safety things?
Yeah, most everybody did them. There was a few that didn't, but
Did the road crew get theirs done?
they did.
Good.
Yeah, so,
Do they kind of, they do it, well, it's supposed to do it on the job, right?
yeah, they do it on the job and they do it as a group because like Paul said, it doesn't make sense for him to have them go one at a time and do it at the computer because they have a project
Yeah.
to do, so.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Yeah, and he and Jackie are working at a way to make that the best.
Same with solid waste, right?
Solid waste, I don't have the report in front of me anymore, but
I know the other day, you know, when I was talking about my vest and that, and they said they didn't have it, so he went and got it, some, but.
you went and got him. You know, I don't know that they do theirs as a group because they work pretty independently. So I think, and
Well,
they
they
have a
couldn't do it as a
computer,
group,
yeah,
or-
they have a computer in their thing. So I think they have an opportunity to do theirs on their own
The solid waste.
attendance. Mhm.
You must better know the EMT up here, huh?
Yeah, Robert Littlejohn said they were working on it.
And I just. Cannot Kellogg.
It's amazing how lucky we got.
I don't know, did Coast to Coast meet with Frank? You know?
They were going, I'm not sure if they have it,
Saying hometown.
yeah,
So
but
I just wanna make sure.
they each have each other's contact info.
Make sure everybody's on the same page.
They're,
And
they're great people, I think.
here where the
What's that?
Peterborough volunteer ambulance, they got. We've got a bunch of more stuff anyway. That's good,
You know. on
Coast to coast
the
people, great.
Solid waste thing too.
yes. They-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they were complaining the other day, that they didn't have. John wears an orange. Anywhere he wears an orange shirt now, but he was saying he wanted one. so-
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's people
Yeah.
out there. I guess they all need one,
Yeah,
just that's the way it is.
like the mining industry, they give coats, but. They do that probably because they have to follow the safety thing, so they give you a coat like it's a gift, but.
Could there be a news release on this ambulance thing coast to coast? Cause just the other night, like last night. The local news station in Missoula. Reran the one that we didn't have an ambulance crew. And Anaconda was gonna do
At Disco.
that just go, yeah.
I don't know. I have the NBC Montana guy's information right here. If you want to talk to him,
Maybe you should call them and. You think,
Yeah,
I can email him. Which one of you wants to talk to him? Because he'll want to talk to a commissioner. If you want him to do a story.
the chairman.
he did a really good job.
Do you want to talk to him?
I think Chuck should, because that's his passion. Has been to make sure that
Okay,
the ambulance that we,
He's done good on it, and I mean, we kept moving and pushing, we didn't. There's a lot of times people were thinking we were stalling, but I mean, really, every week we talked about it and kept pushing, trying to get something. We got lucky and. Did we get all our stuff back from the Eagle? You know, did we
I
ever get a letter
know.
from her?
I never got a letter from her, but I know after that last meeting you guys had in here where Patrick Little was here. Patrick, Robert went down to the ambulance shed and were going through stuff. And I had that list of stuff that I gave to Patrick. And then he I had asked him if, I don't know if I saw that text.
You just wanna
I
make
think
sure
he
that-
got pretty much everything back, cause he had then,
Cause if that cart and stuff or something wrong with it, if we have to fix it, she can pay for it. It's the deal, she'd take care of it.
cause I remember I asked him and I thought he had said everything got back. And then I feel like there was one other thing I asked him later and there might have been one thing that he thought came back that did. But generally, I wanna say yes, but there may have been one item. I don't have that email. For that tag. I'll check.
And then on that sidewalk thing, we need to split that bill and send the
The
city.
city half.
Yeah,
Oh, we
Yep.
did already?
No, we need to though. They're waiting for it. So
Okay,
as soon as,
so we need to.
We've
have
been
Becky
fully
get
billed
that
out.
bill Cause we paid him for all that,
Oh,
except for we
oh.
haven't
So
got
we're
the
done.
stuff from Finland yet, so we.
Yeah.
wait till that.
okay,
oh yeah, that'd be for half of that too.
yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
once we get it
Yeah,
all,
it's
we'll bill it
part of
out.
Except for the dome, but yeah,
Yeah.
the outlet.
We'll separate it out and bill them. Okay,
It looks like they did a good job on that outlet, I think.
Yeah, good. They clean all the leaves out of there.
Yeah, all right.
Good policy, yeah, the solid waste too. You never sent some of those goals.
I don't think so, but
Oh.
maybe you want to text him. or
Yeah.
Tell him, make sure and get. Let's see, there's. Probably. There's John and then whoever, like Fred, he fills in all the time, so. I don't know who's out here.
So did I read where Frank is still looking for a QRU? Rig,
I don't think Frank and them are, they kind of gave up on that, that they were just,
and that's what I thought, but
So-
then I read something that,
No, I saw him a couple weeks ago and they said they're still working on it,
oh, I
Yeah.
misunderstood them, and I thought.
but. Yeah, I'm not sure, I mean, yeah, he said they're working on it, but it may take some time, so I don't know. But something could have changed during the last 2 weeks too,
You getting close to the part timers too?
I think on the safety thing was better,
Okay.
just because they're, especially around the solid waste there, you know, they're walking back and forth around there.
Okay, coats for solid waste. Too, including part-time. A lot of coats. It's gonna be. A little spendy, but if they get decent ones, they'll last a while.
Well, the thing about it, what's money compared to life?
Yeah, right.
I
Yeah.
mean, they, you know, that. I know, it's just-
I know.
well, and. To me, the more you can help them out, the
Yeah,
more it's
yeah, absolutely.
incentivizes them staying on and
Yes.
other people seeing, they're being treated. No one's wanting to
No.
apply for that kind of job, didn't seem like.
I mean, just, especially with coach, you can't go.
what about the ambulance people?
Hmm?
What about the ambulance people, should they have coaches?
They have them, like Jackie was saying that the drum one, they had high visibility. Jackets, they got nice ones, they
Yeah,
had liners.
In the
on them.
past, you guys have offered and they must have took you up on them.
But yeah, if they need some, I mean, they should order
Yeah.
some and take some of that money out of
Yeah.
that. Put it in there, so they
Yeah.
have nice stuff. It gives them just kind of a little thank you and.
Anna's working hard on our annual report. And might even get it sent in on time this year. And that'd be good.
With that.
Annual report. She's been a little late for the last few years.
When I signed that, for the pit out there, the renewal lease on that pit at Middlebrook.
Yeah, we got our, because you guys had sent the letter and check to renew the permit, so they sent the permit back for signature and. So we'll send it back to them and we're good to go on the permit or on the pit with the Middle Fork.
For the Middlebrook gravel pit. Basically, we want-
Oh, yeah,
Just wanna keep that updated.
Yeah.
When we lose that one. Not good. I'd entertain a motion to accept the claims.
I make a motion, we accept the claims for November.
I second it.
Public comment. Go ahead, Elena. On the claims,
Thank you, Elena Gagliano for the record. While you were doing the claims, I see you mentioned something about Discovery and something else about NBC. I don't know if you saw the report last night. Josh Margulis saying that Discovery signed a contract with the Anaconda Deer Lodge ambulance to service them. I was wondering how that would affect the new ambulance service that's supposed to service Granite County.
Yeah,
So,
that's-
just for the record.
Okay, that's why I mentioned it, because that was a rerun, that was actually like a week or two old, the news article. And since we're up and running, that's why I mentioned it.
So I think this is Blaine, I think it's my understanding is a year contract, so hopefully coast to coast can. Come in, they won't need to, won't need to do that, it's like $1,000 for per run. So having coast to coast here could help Discovery. And then also the bike park, they may be able to help with that.
So the contract with the Anaconda Deer Lodge was signed before
Coast to coast.
Coast to
Yeah.
Coast even
Yeah.
approached us, is that correct?
Correct. That had been in the works months ago.
So that would be future maybe negotiations with Coast to Coast and Discovery
Yeah.
Basin.
Well, and if coast to coast handle it, then they wouldn't even need to even
They
contract,
wouldn't-
really,
yeah.
correct?
go ahead, Elena.
Sorry.
What was the other question I had?
Thank you. I'm sorry, I
was your
keep getting
question,
muted. No, I was wondering, thank you for unmuting me again. I was just wondering how Coast to Coast, and thank you, Blaine, for bringing the name up, was going to react to this, because I think at one of the meetings, they weren't too happy. They didn't sound too happy. When there was discussion with the Phillipsburg ambulance or Drummond ambulance, I think it was Drummond ambulance. And it didn't seem like they were all happy about something. And so that's what I was wondering, how Coast to Coast is going to react to this. Thank you.
Yeah, I think coast to coast still needs to meet with the Drummond ambulance folks. That's gonna happen. They've already met with the Phillipsburg ambulance folks. And Phillipsburg ambulance eventually wants them to be primary. And so if that happens, then down the road, they would be handling Discovery. So right now, they could probably potentially be a backup to Anaconda up at Discovery.
All in favor?
Aye.
A little bit early here, but this. Lisa Roll. Request to use Georgetown Lake Chapel. Think it's in. It's the same people that use it, or just somebody new?
No, this is just somebody wanting to use it for their wedding. I am not certain, but I feel like they may be part of the Catholic congregation that uses it in the summer because I think the Catholic Church sent them to it.
One thing I did is we have that draft agreement online. I updated it.
Yeah.
Updated. I think you should continue, if they're gonna have alcohol, I think you should require, or doing other things risky, you should require the insurance. But I don't know if they're having alcohol, but
I'm not certain.
I agree, I mean,
I think.
cover us,
yeah,
what, we just gotta mail this back to them and sign it? Or-
And decide, I think on the last wedding, you guys required a security deposit, and as I went up there after the wedding was over and everything was fine, so then I came back and returned the security deposit.
did they do rent beyond that or just a security?
The last one was just a security
It was a
deposit.
private individual, last one, right? Remember?
It was a wedding as
I don't-
well.
I think historically, if you chart, cause the diocese already has the
Yeah.
agreement. Though the diocese is a non-exclusive agreement, so others, individuals can. have
Does it say it in here about,
Yeah,
about, paying a?
You have an option, yeah, there's a
There's
spot
the,
where you can fill it in. And she
the
kind of typed in her
positive-
information, so.
right here, and then
How much deposit you want on it?
Last time you guys did 500.
Go ahead and fill that out.
yeah, if you guys are good with 500, that's not,
Is that a lot?
Not
cause
really,
they'll get
I
it
mean,
back.
they get it all back.
they just make sure that everything cleaned up, and like she said, she went up. And made sure the last one, there wasn't stuff laying around.
Especially if you're not charging any, like a rental fee, I think, yeah, I don't think people have.
So no rental fee, but a deposit. But
I don't know if I should mention that. But it says no marijuana of any kind. Don't have-
Yeah,
Forget it then.
if you guys aren't good with that, you can change it, but
Can we do that since,
it's your, yeah, it's your
Facility.
property. And yeah, I know you guys didn't want, you didn't want it on, well, you didn't want the commercial side.
Row.
I think that adds a lot of, to me, a lot of risk allowing that, but it's up to you guys.
I mean, I don't care, I mean, just saw
Yeah.
that.
I mean, yeah, just it's allowed up there and then someone gets in their car and. Even with alcohol, it's a, really is a substantial
It's
risk,
in
but
the
having
lake,
the,
it tries to-
having that insurance protect with your name as an. Additional assured protection, it protects the county.
so you can get that kind of insurance,
Yeah,
Hey, what's
but it
up?
doesn't include marijuana.
it might,
Oh, that's interesting.
we could
'cause
look into that for it.
it's a federal,
Yeah,
interesting question.
Just shows you mine.
yeah,
So keep it that you don't want any.
that's fine, I'll pass it on to these guys. Yeah.
What if
go
the
ahead.
insurance,
No biggie. Okay.
We
I'll
can look
pass
it up
on,
and then-
yeah, no biggie.
Let me look it up right now.
That was Paul, the other night when they had that crash down there at 145 and you're on the interstate. The state wants to know if they can come up and get 6 of them concrete barriers. They're the ones that gave it to us.
oh, yeah,
But I told him, yeah, go ahead, he just said he wanna make sure in case somebody's seen them,
yeah,
that we're all on board. So I
they
said,
want it
"Go."
back.
Yeah, well, they need to put them up down
Yeah.
there, so I said, yeah, take them.
So there is a big wreck down there.
Yeah, truck,
Caught on fire, Apple truck.
and got up on top of the middle there, must fell asleep or something, ended up, and then it drug her, cut a hole in the fuel tank, or the batteries must have started, and it just, the whole thing burned, it was bad. They were held up, traffic was backed up, wow,
What day was that?
Friday,
Friday?
Friday. And then Jackie's been on it, cause, when something like that, they call them, she's trying to figure out a DOT number, and I said, well, just call the record place. I mean, the truck's completely burned, but just in case that stuff has or went in the river, I don't know, she's got whatever she got there, so. So do we wanna make a motion on this at $500 deposit? And the rest of it's good?
So there was a question on the not allowing marijuana. And it is. It is possible to add, do that as an add-on coverage.
So it's possible that
Yeah.
they could add it on
Yeah.
to their coverage. So can you say absolutely no?
I think public safety, you guys can,
Well,
because it's
stay
still,
alcohol.
yeah, it's still a,
Yeah,
yeah, it's still a scheduled drug through the FDA.
Yeah,
yeah,
Mm,
because it's not.
Yeah.
definitely- Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so, probably.
leave
Because
it
it's
leave it
not-
on there,
It's-
leave it like that.
Leave it like that,
Mm.
okay.
So let's make a motion, accept this as is, and with a $500 deposit, I feel the 500.
Okay, so how do they have to make sure that there's insurance, if they're gonna have alcohol.
And we need to circle that
Yes.
requirement if they're gonna, so maybe calling them if they're gonna have alcohol to circle that
Yeah.
requirement. I would say have Billy call them, and if they're gonna have alcohol, circle that requirement in there, so I'd wait to do that.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we accept Lisa Laurelstad's request to use the Georgetown Lake Chapel. With
With $500,
$500 deposit.
that's second.
Public comment? Elena?
Thank you. Again, Elena Gagliano for the record. I have a question and a comment. You mentioned marijuana. First of all, isn't the dam itself in Anaconda Deer Lodge?
Yes.
The road going over, so that if they just walk down to the road, they can smoke, since it is legal in Anaconda Deer Lodge.
Well, they can smoke it in Granite County too, they just don't buy it here.
It's the recreational, you can buy the
Yeah.
medical here.
Yeah, they don't buy the recreational.
Oh, okay, so it says no marijuana of any kind or hash oil, any kind will be possessed or consumed on the rental property. So who's gonna know where the rental property is? What the boundaries are? Nobody knows.
That's been, the other property next to it's been stopped.
Yeah, but not around the chapel.
It's in the back of it and on either north or south, it's around the back. It's not the front, because we pull in there and plow now, why would we fence
could-
it off and open the gate every? go
we
in
could-
and out?
Attach them, text a map.
That's just a point that I wanted to bring up about the marijuana. Thank you.
Eventually you may want that. Fence we talked about, no,
No, boy, we fence it, it's a big pain, just like when they're trying to work in there and stuff. If they hold out, well, they're gonna leave it there sometimes.
that's, yeah, that's right.
Yes.
I just think it's a liability having a party up there of that nature.
Off of that dam there, off
Yeah.
that side there. When you do that, track that letter, and he put that gravel up there too, Billy, so I don't know if that needs to go.
I did, I think they included that in the letter. Jeremiah had me take pictures last week and.
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
That's what better eat. Too, there's no weeks in this.
Did you vote on that?
All in favor?
I,
Aye, good thing said, I guess. It's right here, so. I mean, I guess we make.
Yeah, I'll circle with her and get her to sign.
We go ahead with the Moose Marina lease renewal.
that's done every year.
No.
5 years.
5 with some automatic renewals. There's new people that are doing it. Catherine Laslovich, but it's been been in their family. So it's at least consistent with what's been done in the past. The issue I see is the rent. It looks like it's been going up like $100 in periodic increments, so I put that in there. Again, these leases aren't ones you guys are really huge money makers, but it's been basically running it as Montana Power did. You don't own the county doesn't own the building, it's just the real property. It's minor.
What do we charge?
It is,
I think it's $100.
yeah. I think it went up to 600, so it'd be 700 for the first part of this, and then go up to 800. But if you guys want that different,
700 per year. First day of January for 5 years. Beginning in 2024. So you got 700 for 5 years, then
that's typically what he was doing, was going up
Yeah,
100 every 5 years. But
and then
it's totally up to the commission.
2029. So this lease is,
But we had a 20% inflation on it.
Good point, so. So I saw a little deal on the Home Alone show where he bought $19 worth of stuff there. Now that what he bought would be like,
72.
yeah. I thought it was 200 now. But it's shows you the,
So everybody good with this?
so is this what, a 10-year lease then? Pretty much. For 700 for 5 years and then 800 for 5 years. Starting in January of 29.
yes,
Okay,
there's some, let's see on the renewal part of it. And this is the way it would, the
Yeah.
others have been done with it since it's a business.
so who bills this? Does you bill it out?
What do you, well, yeah, me and
They handle,
Sue Brandy.
you know,
Yeah.
the airport and the happy camp and all that is.
So
And a
you-
lot of those we just,
You just need to flag at 29. That it goes up to 800.
I have a spreadsheet.
there is the option to renew on the bottom of page 2, and that's in that same language, so. Yeah. Basically their family business that they've been running.
How long have they had it? You know,
No, I think a lot of years in family, yeah, I mean, that's been up there since I was.
okay.
So
Yeah.
this is good for 10 years and then in 10 years they could be doing,
Just talking about renegotiate rent
yeah,
and so
yeah,
forth,
and the
yeah,
same family can.
yeah.
And so you're making a motion like that,
I'll move to accept it. They're getting a good deal.
The only thing I'd say is I don't know how much money they actually make up there, but I mean, it's probably a reasonable business, so, but yeah, it's up to you on them.
So what was the fee before?
It was 600, because it'd been going up like $100 every
Okay.
5 years, but looking at the history of it.
I'll second it.
public comment. Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Carried back.
You might sign 2 originals, we'll send them to them. They're nice people too, they're real nice, reasonable people.
What, who signed?
Yeah, that'd be good, then we can have original. Oh, I need to notarize your. Oh, maybe for us. I will get my notary logbook. Whatever.
Last word?
Taylor.
No.
Well, courthouse Christmas party was nice.
What's that?
Courthouse Christmas party was nice. Yeah, it's a good time. Good food,
It's very nice.
nice, everyone got nice gifts.
It was nice to have it closed for an hour or two, so everybody came at once.
Yeah,
Instead of
that's a
doing it in shifts.
good
It was
way to do
nice.
it.
Mhm.
All right,
Hello,
thanks.
hello.
Hey.
Mind notarizing the commissioner signatures?
Sure.
All right. They already signed, so.
Oh, good, okay, if you all sign my notary log, but that's great. And do that. Just print there, sign there, and then Mr. Albert's. Please.
She'll notarize your signature.
On this here, blank.
Yeah,
What do I do?
You gotta notarize it. Maybe.
we need to mail those copies to that. Last of it, she'll sign for it, or send one back.
One for them and one for us.
Yeah,
Are you guys gonna
The
do the
next
front
call
part of it
down.
here?
No.
Can see the front part of it here, so.
Walks are separate.
oh,
Yes, right.
Just print their
Well,
sign there,
right.
and their address there. Please. It doesn't matter. Perfect, thank you. Right down here, you'll print there, sign there, and then figure out just their office and the rest of it.
don't need his driver's license.
Yeah, I'm not sure I know that one.
To verify all of their identities.
Yeah. Get your ID, everybody.
No notaries,
$45.
notaries have to do, every 4 years now, have to do a class and a test.
And a tip. Super.
And so you have to pay for the course,
Yeah.
the test, and then your bond, and then the fee with the secretary. There's gonna be less and less notaries around making it. I can see a little refresher course, but then to do a test,
It's just getting money,
yeah,
more money, more. money.
yeah.
Get it changed,
Thank you.
Yeah,
have somebody carry a film,
yeah,
and that's one of them easy.
yeah, I can see the refresher, but yeah, they want, it's all, and then notaries can only charge $10 a deal, I think plus mileage, but. Who's gonna wanna do all that if it's a business?
Oh, yeah.
We're just doing it as a service, and the courthouse. And we need stuff,
You have to.
yeah, we have stuff that needs notarized.
I came in on a Saturday and did my test, so I
Wow.
was interrupted by something else.
Going above and beyond.
It was stressful.
That was last fall, wasn't it? Or last
Yeah.
spring?
No, it was recently,
Oh.
like, that's in March, yeah.
Yeah,
Spring,
spring.
March.
Well, maybe if they're gonna do the course and the test, do it 8 years then or something. Maybe that,
Yeah,
wouldn't that be reasonable, 8 years? All right, I'll talk to someone with some power.
So you want, so I can take
that's an
these?
easy one.
Yeah.
Take down.
Yeah,
You're saying I
Okay,
can
look
take
at it.
these and mail
Yeah.
them and copy them and.
thanks.
Okay, thank you. You're
Yeah.
welcome. Have a great day, everybody.
You too, thanks, Bennett.
All right, well, we'll move ahead on to Granite County's nuisance dog ordinance.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I kind of did, question the sheriff a little bit and what he felt, and he actually is in favor of this, and he says he doesn't, they don't ticket unless it's justified. So I was thinking, with the problems of the the resident, the rancher that has the cow dog. The complaint, remember that, but he kind of just verified that he doesn't issue unless it's justified, so in that instance, then I actually am in favor of.
Then the cow dog incident, he had like told him the dog was going onto the road, and so. I know it was there to keep the animals in line, but it was also causing traffic to have a swerve and stuff, so. That's a real limited, to me, exception. Those tickets were withdrawn and the rancher agreed to take care of the problem, and it hasn't been a problem that I've seen.
Well, the
So I've
sheriff
heard
pretty
of
much,
it.
and the reason I asked the sheriff is because I know how you feel about it and. But like he said, if it's justified. He's not gonna just throw out wild crazy tickets at
We-
people.
We do have the disorderly conduct ordinance in Montana code, which allows for citing people for loud and unusual noises. Generally, that's considered if it's, 10 PM on and it's continuing barking that's keeping people up. And keeping more than one, not just one person, but multiple people. But the sheriff just says this is one more tool in the tool bag, is what he says. I don't want to push either way.
Yeah.
I can see its uses and I can see where it failed, but
And I was leaning more toward, I don't feel that Granite County should have this in place. But with the sheriff wanting it and thinking that it's a good deal, that I think I'll go with the sheriff.
one good thing about it too is the exception for livestock dogs is in there. So
I'll make a motion that we renew the Granite County ordinance for a nuisance dog.
I second it.
For 2024.
All in favor?
or public comment.
Oh, yeah. No comments? Is none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. Oh, Ruth.
You almost got me.
Thanks for doing that.
They're just,
Don't want to go. I
Right.
know.
It's working out. So,
His is the.
Oh, yeah, he has the long one.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, I had to, he's gotta make sure I didn't make
Well, you
any
could-
boo-boos.
Is that the same one?
Yeah, yours is the
Mine's a-
signing one. Yours is the legal size.
That's a big one, I see it.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah, it says
Jamie.
should not apply to a dog that is owned, kept, or harbored as part of a business of a licensed veterinarian, animal boarding facility, or agriculture or livestock operation. So, in those cases. We'd have to look at. Like a public nuisance too, or a disorderly conduct. Yeah, allow it. I like it about year to year, so if it's not working, you guys can.
Yeah.
But that's same with any ordinance, you can
Well, that's
amend it
kind of
any
what-
time or dissolve.
I was trying to check on with. The sheriff to see if. We really needed it. Yeah.
Ready? Yeah. Said we're moving ahead. We're a ways ahead. Public's draft road petition conforming established ground. Dogs.
Oh, there's gonna be some people coming in 11:30,
Okay.
but you could go to some other items if you wanted.
All right. we can go jump up to the hiring of a. Was he coming in, or did we hear anything, or are we just putting it out?
So I think you guys were just, you wanted to officially say you were gonna hire instead of
Start taking-
contract. And then start looking at a job description. I don't think anyone's coming in. I did reach out to Lauren Bolton though, and she sent me an email with notes on the job description I sent her.
So we just,
Well,
start taking applicants, we already got a couple, or no, we didn't.
okay, so this would be just whether we're going to hire a public county health nurse or contract out, I think. Okay, so we've contracted out with 2 different entities now, and Anaconda Deer Lodge did it for what, a couple years? And then we had Missoula that did it quite a few years, and before that, there was a county health nurse. We had 2 or 3 actually, but they were just half-time, and so it wasn't feasible for them. And so this has to be a full-time position. And I see you have the matrix here. And the matrix is ours. It's Granite County's matrix. We can put anything we want in 16. If we wanted to, and I think we need to do the research on just what the going rate is and start that at 16. If it's 45, then start it at 45 and they're on the matrix.
Cause you know, I checked into it and asked around a little bit, they range from 39 to 45, that's about the going rate. And I'm with you, cause it seems like when we do it partly, they don't stay.
Yeah.
It don't work out.
Yeah.
And there's enough money and grants out there that we can, she was telling us that, you know, we need to start going on that little health thing. So
And there's actually local RNs in our community that travel out of town to work, so there's more than one.
yeah, so I think to start taking out.
Yeah. So I don't know if we could start taking applicants, but I think we do make a decision whether or not we're gonna have county health nurse.
I agree,
So I
but
think-
And what I was saying is on the matrix, the 16 only goes to 3305. But this, our matrix, we can put whatever amount we want in 16.
Just
yeah,
like with checking around, they run from 39 to 45.
yeah, you gotta pay a consistent wage, but a consistent going wage or.
But it sounds like
Yeah.
there's money out there we can go after to get to help with this. When Lauren was here last week, she's telling us. Were you here then?
Yeah,
But being that, I think being full time to make it, I think that's the only way we're gonna go.
Yeah. go after the grant monies that are out there.
You
and-
can't depend on grants.
But it'd be only a portion of it, right? And you guys are coming up with the other right now.
See, well, we're paying, but there's other stuff out there. If they're gonna do this other stuff, then we get the money still paying it out.
Yeah,
The way I understood Jackie when she was talking about it. She was looking at it.
Yeah. Well, like, tobacco you could even do, but I don't think you wanna load them up too much. Oh, thanks.
Okay, so here's the thing, it's would come out of the county health fund. And that is countywide fund. And you would just make sure that you had enough meals in that fund to cover, and then you gotta look at what have we contracted out? What's the amount that we've contracted out?
Yeah.
I think the amount that we paid out, we probably would have enough to cover the county health salary. I mean, it's something that we have to really look into, and like you said, grants aren't that dependable,
Yeah.
but
If we can pay for it,
yeah.
like you're talking about, but I
Yeah.
don't want to depend on
No,
5 years down.
no, we can't do
How
that.
much do you have to add on for health insurance and PRS? That's a
Well,
chunk.
that's just something we have
Yeah.
to, it has to be looked at. just,
No.
and then that's something we can give to Sarah and say, hey, throw us a health nurse at 45 with benefits, what it would cost, and then we can go from there. But I think we need to make a decision that it go with the county health nurse.
I agree.
And-
I totally agree. I think they built it up and it's such a good thing that you don't dare go backwards, but if everything else started to find, we get stuff.
And you're going with an hourly rate or a, yeah,
I think that's the only way they're gonna.
yeah,
Like, the way I understand.
yeah,
it,
a
that's
competitive,
Yeah, we've always
Yeah.
had, when we've had our county health nurses, it's been an hourly rate.
Yeah.
And with benefits.
that sounds. I think that's the way you should go with my husband.
I'll make a motion that we look into, redo the hiring of a county public health nurse versus contracting with a public health service,
Beginning July 1.
beginning
23.
July 1.
If that's when they're done, yeah. I'll second it, or was you- Public comment? Being none, all in favor?
No,
Uh,
Good.
And that would be, knowing that we're doing this, then it's gonna go right out there to the budget process. And that's where we try to find
Yeah.
the funds.
It's something that we really need. I mean, it's something we really need.
Yeah,
It's-
no,
it's working
it's,
good, I mean, the shots and stuff, and then they can start charging, instead of us paying over there, then we can start getting the money back from some of this stuff. They're giving it all out, the way I understood. it.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
The job description on here, or is that
I don't know that they wanna review that quite yet.
job description still a work in progress?
yeah, I think that
Sorry.
once we get stuff
Yeah.
coming in, then we're gonna,
Yeah.
yeah, cause then we gotta find out for sure what all they do. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and Lauren has some notes too. She emailed me this morning. I'll just give them.
We can maybe have a file and put it
Yeah.
back on it. We can get more info from. them.
Yeah.
That way we keep moving on, cause it's coming quick.
Yeah,
And then maybe we can ask about that one. She said you definitely wanna go after that one right away, so you can get that. They give it every year. Remember?
oh, that grant, yeah.
Find out on it, see what we have to do. And then just. Start looking into other stuff. Like I said, I totally agree. We can't count on grant, but what's there now and the way there's medical stuff, I think we can get some now, so. I will.
well, and then I don't think right now that we should look for like the medical director type person that would be taking Dr. Khan's position if she vacated. I don't think we need to add that into the
I,
county health nurse.
if I was you, I'd try to keep that separate
Yeah.
at all, as,
Yeah.
so separation of powers, I
Yeah.
see it as, but if you're. I guess out of necessity, if that was your only option, then I'd look at it, but other than that, I would
Yeah,
try
I
to keep it
think
separate.
I thought she said though, if you had that involved with this, that there was some other. What happened?
But she
Yeah,
just said
but-
it's possible to do, to
Yeah.
have them be both,
But
But I don't
the
think it's ideal.
requirements are so,
yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't have an RN be it, like you would write a job description for just an RN. Because, right, that's the only requirement to be a public health nurse, but if you had someone with additional requirements, then they could serve. As like a local health officer or as your medical director, but an RN doesn't meet that credential. But an NPH does, or. Someone with a master's of public, it just depends on their credentialing. And there's lots of different credentials you can meet. To be an RN.
and then you're looking at someone with more that has that. They're gonna want more money. So we can only. Yeah, we'll just have to.
It'll take a little bit, but if we keep on, except for it on for next week again. Just keep talking about, it, figuring out a little bit more and
Yeah.
get more info and. then Go from there. Alrighty. This next one's a drafted response to commissioners' correspondence from the Rockwells. It's in my pack that I have it here. Yeah. Everybody have that? Or-
Yeah.
I like it.
But it shows that there's not a lot of that tax increase is going directly to the county, it was different. I mean, schools got an increase, the state.
And I
got
think,
an
yeah,
increase.
It's pretty heavy read though.
Yeah, yeah. But so is their letter.
Explain the process. Step by step, explain the process.
Yeah, it is every read.
Yeah, I was getting a little confused.
Um,
But yeah, but it looked good.
I'd entertain a motion then.
I make a motion that we send Mr. and Mrs. Rothwell our response to their letter
I second,
dated 11/30/23.
second,
Public comment? Being none, all in favor?
no,
Oh, I think Scott has the. Was
Oh,
that the
that's
one?
it? Is that it?
No, this is something.
Oh,
I, it's that,
okay,
I think that's something, right?
as long as it's in color.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, that's the color one.
No, this one, but this is something. This
Oh.
it's the-
All right, all right. You just got too many
Never
things over
mind.
there.
This is one of them things that we got in correspondence and we tabled it and the next that we went ahead and looked into it. And this is that one that, you know, we said we wanted Wayne to look at it first and then we tabled, took care of it.
Yes.
Okay. Moving right along. This is that, do you have anything on that contract agreement they looking?
okay, so it just got the updated one, they're willing to pay for the remediation that was done in my office caused by that leak, but they didn't bring up Linda's office. I don't know if you guys wanna have like Dayspring come look at her office and make sure it's okay, or cause hate to sign the agreement and we don't mention that, and then we can't go after those, go after him for that.
I think better have them look at it. I mean, that was a big, we turned that in on insurance.
Yeah.
So-
Well, so I haven't had any like mold in her office, but I don't know if there is or not, so, yeah, looking at that would be good, I think.
Yeah, great. We'll get
All
to
right.
get all, have them done when they can, sooner the better.
Okay. Alright,
Really wanna be a hold of them, please?
Yes.
I think it was the folks out of Butte that came.
And on that next one, he's not coming in the courthouse project, Lean gave us update that, you know, everything, so
Dome lights are on and
Yeah.
the outlet's done.
just said hold off on the capping project
Advised me, said, yeah, we'll do.
down the wood.
So he just needs to know not to cap.
He responded, said
Okay.
hold off until he's told.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to make sure we didn't start something and they end up, yeah. We might not even do it, we might wait until we see what we can do the whole roof and do something.
Yeah,
I mean, let's just throw that
Yeah.
project out. So,
that was Dave Kaufman's advice to do it all together, I think, part of his
Yeah.
recommendations.
so, anyway, that's good chunk of business. And we never heard back from John Fitzpatrick on that infrastructure money. I guess we'll try to get a hold of him again or send something, see why he won't answer.
So
They
that-
did reply back to us, and that's just, right,
That table out there.
yeah, table that. Hey, knows we're upset. Hey, Lowen, how are you? That's good.
Wanna come up here? We're not starting for 10 minutes, but you're welcome to come up here.
So we
Sit in the
we
hot
could probably finish these two right now.
Yeah. But that piezometer one we talked with, Jeremiah was gonna take care of that, we got that all figured out. It's
Yeah, I
right
just
here.
think you just-
We can sign it and send it to.
So how did we drop the ball on
We, Great West just didn't give us a fancy thing like this to send in.
And that's, and I guess where I guess kind of explain, we made sure and told them, they have to have it on paper trail and make it look like.
And I don't know if Kareem is just more about I don't know, cause with Kelsey, we never had so many like
No.
overdue
Responses.
for this, so response for this, we need a response for this, but when he was there in person, he was like, just shoot me.
He did say
I
that, yeah.
know.
shoot me.
I don't
Now,
know.
son, He's changing his,
Well,
I-
here's the thing, is we got on it and we took care of it right away.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
done immediately.
Well, this is for that and for the gravel that we just put up there, so. And it's a response for both of those things that are in this letter.
we'll go ahead and send that letter, we don't have to. I mean, it's something that he's asking, we'll just. Thank you.
Yep.
And then that maternal child health block grant program contract.
That's a yearly thing, I
Yeah.
think, just sign it. Agree to it.
Yeah, I think.
Sure, they're gonna put things in it.
I'd do a motion on it though, but
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
I'd entertain a motion in on the task order.
I make a motion that maternal and child health block grant program task order be accepted for Grant County. HHS dash BCF.
I second it. Public comment?
He shut me right down.
Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Very fast. All right, so now we'll go wait a few minutes and we'll go back to the Brownsville road stuff.
there, I think there's still a few more people coming,
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
Okay, yeah, we're still, we're a little early, it's only,
Way over there, and they wanted in, the, other office there, I don't know what they're doing.
oh, who is it?
Leo,
Leo, oh, okay. Okay. Okay,
We have a motion to accept the maternal and child health block grant task order.
yearly thing.
You weren't here.
Hmm.
It's a yearly thing.
So it's all done?
All done, yes.
And then we sent,
We're moving right along.
then we sent that letter
how's it
Good
going?
morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning,
How are we all today?
good, you can come up here if you like, what's it, in the hot seat?
No, I don't want to.
Yeah, you said, I did, you, so you sent the letter to Bert?
What's new?
yeah, it's funny because he like, the other saying, he just said, oh yeah, email me this stuff, now it's changing, now.
All was good,
Huh?
all was good.
Yeah, I told Pinky just an hour ago.
Okay. You
I
can come in,
forget.
alright. Thought you were his limo driver.
Well, I'm a single driver, but he likes to putt into town with the Wolverine and.
Oh, okay,
Take the puppy for a ride,
okay.
so.
You behaving?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm gonna find you, ask me the same thing the other day.
Saw you,
Is that you? Was it you in it?
he was doing.
You singing downtown?
No, I was behaving.
He looked like he was behaving.
I drove in the parade. Scott.
How was your dinner? Was it good?
Well, I didn't get what I wanted because they ran out, so,
Oh,
yeah,
that's a bummer.
I had to settle for second.
Plan B, huh?
How was your toddies?
Bodies were good.
Any eggnog?
Uh,
No,
It's Scepter head. From Draftworks.
okay.
Wow, means
That's
that
what I
for
pretty
Alan.
good product.
Good. You heard them?
Over and that long, that's over there.
Oh, yeah.
Heat.
Hello, how's it going?
Good, you?
Good, thanks for coming up.
You bet.
You're back for a bit?
If I don't answer the phone,
Alright, don't do that for a couple weeks.
we'll see what happens. Well, hi.
Hello,
Hi.
thanks for coming up. Be right there if you wanna.
Well, I'm gonna let David.
And anyone can bring up chairs too, if you want.
Well, sir. How are you? Did, you guys get a letter from the firemen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Want to see a copy of it?
yeah, I started chewing their butts last week about it.
Nothing's-
And did you get one from the ambulance guy?
No.
No, but hopefully it's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah. Well, this is still early in the process.
Right.
Yeah, good
But,
time,
you know,
yeah, and
every
good
little
to
bit
get it.
helps.
Well, guess we'll go ahead and jump into it.
Want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead. Wayne.
So the,
There's
Pu-
PTs there.
alright, there you go. The public's talked about doing a petition on Browns Gulch Road, Tower Road, Cliff Gulch Road, and Algonquin Mine Road to have them formally be established as county roads. With my opinion that they're already county roads, but there's still that gray area, so we want to do this to protect the public wants to do this to protect those roads. So there were some letters sent out to all adjoining landowners. Everyone had an opportunity to comment on it. We had maps, and so there was no objections so far. There's some that have some originally objected but changed that and now have some conditions on it. The Finch Family Trust, Mary Minchow, they are consenting to it, but want it Browns Gulch Road consistent with historical use. So they want to keep it the roadway down, or no, just they said historical use. I'm not sure that they talked about Jeff Abbott consented, but would like to see that first few hundred yards of Browns Gulch Road improve, where it's kind of a mud bog there, close to where it's coming into Stewart Lake Road. I don't know what his thoughts are on that. Phil Richardson, he believes it's a county road, but he objected at first, and then I called and talked to him. He changed that to he would like to not see any utility lines on that. He wants to keep historical use, limited to a 30-foot right of way, and road only used for access. The issues I see with that is the 30-foot
Yeah.
easement.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be 60-foot.
It's gotta be legal.
I think you could say potentially no utilities on his property unless the owner consents. I think you could put that in the resolution, but the 30-foot deal would need to be, I think, worked out. I don't, the commission now, I don't think you guys don't want a 4-lane up there, but wanna definitely a 60-foot right of way is what's consistent with the law. Then the Maloney family, no objections, they're glad it's going in, just want to keep it to historical width. So,
Comments?
And just tell, still, same thing, historical width, 60 feet. Yeah,
so what Phil is more it is talking about is the road width. He doesn't want that wider than what it is now.
I don't think the county wants to deal with that either. So, you know, as.
Yeah,
We're not gonna go up and go.
yeah, I don't
the-
think anything's gonna change.
so you could put historical widths in the resolution establishment. And this is a little bit of the cart getting ahead of the horse, because you still have to file the petition, have to have a road viewers report and then a public hearing on it, but at least it allows us to put in that petition that everyone consents. So,
So if this gets mapped as county road, will Blackfoot, and all them want their utilities?
they,
I mean, that's your request for Blackfoot.
yeah, they'd have to come in with encroachment permits, applications and do that.
I think cause this will be a whole new setup, so we'd have to review it.
You guys just deny it, right?
It would go to Department of Revenue, and then, yeah, that would go off their taxes, that 60-foot line.
So Lane, who originally built that road along the fence? That everybody started to use?
I don't know the history of it, or just people just started to use it. Do you know,
Well, it's
Leo?
a pretty well built road for just starting to be used, but I mean, somebody had a dozer and everything on it. And it goes across Abbott's property and it goes across Rosenblum or Rosen, whatever her name is. And that Kevin Donahue, it goes across all 3 of their properties. Somebody had to build the thing. Anybody know who built it?
Maybe, yeah.
You know who built it?
Which road are we talking?
The one along the fence line where.
By locks,
Or locked, you were.
I think he did.
I don't have a clue.
but you know, when
That is on the 1913 map, that for.
yeah, that's right. That's right. One, back Kay's attorneys were arguing that was the original Browns Gulch Road, and we cut that down though, but the public's been using it, so
The intersection's not where it is now, where it branches off Brown's Gulch Road up to Gulch. It's but most of that road is what was there in 1913.
okay, yeah, good point.
The
So-
intersection was a little different, was maybe 100 yards down the road a ways as you're coming out of Brown's Gulch, but basically that branch has been there, well, since 1913 anyway.
Well, that's the same with all county roads. Over time, they're not in the same location, but the other thoughts were potentially we had a little spur off of the Browns Gulch that was on that proposed map that wasn't taken off, correct?
Right, Bill?
What spur are we talking?
Going up past Sarah and Shane's, going up to Kaiser and stuff, we don't want that on the county.
No, that's. That's really never even been a public road there. I know you don't put up no trespassing signs, but mainly it would be nice to just. Know that there is an alternate route for safety purposes. And of course, we tried on the one that was probably the original road. And that didn't work. So those people that locked that up said the real road is the other one. So that's the road we're talking about right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about the portion to the scratch all, what was decided on that?
So,
Talk to Bill about that.
so we'd be fine with, basically, that would be the road that goes from just below Dave Harris's house. Where it splits there, you can go up to Cummings's, there's that big dump right there, okay? And it goes up past the mill that the kids burnt down of ours up there, the Trout Manganese Mill. And then it goes over to the Algonquin. And from there, you can go left and go up to the city, power plant. Or you can go right and it goes back down to town. And I had a call into Jack Owens. He had, okay, let's back up. The map that the county has of county roads does not indicate that that road from basically Tower over to the Algonquin is county road, okay? And Jim Davis, God bless his soul, he sold some property up there, and one of the pieces that he sold, Jack Owens insured it, but whether he insured access or not, I have no idea. So I called Jack to see if he had insured access, and if he had, what was the basis for that? Because as far as I can tell, it's not a county road. But Jack has not gotten back a hold of it. From the perspective of our family, and we own quite a bit of property on that road, and we own the Algonquin over there, and where the Trout Manganese and Silver Mills is, and on and on. And it does go by the access road to the scratch hole. I think we'd be happy to entertain the idea of making that a county road. You know, it's been used by the public, I'm sure, since before 1900. So we'd be fine with that. We're sort of talking two separate things here, I guess. One is the road that Baquet said is the road that the public could use, which is the, you know, the road that connects up with the Stewart Lake Road. I guess we'll call that the new Browns Gulch Road, huh? Sure. And then this other one is the road between Tower and the Algonquin. And one of my brothers got a hold of me and said, we thought we'd be fine with having that declared county road out through our property. It probably runs on our property for a quarter of a mile or half a mile or something like that.
Why don't we just combine the two and call it a loop road?
But, I think we're talking about the road that goes off that loop right up to the scratch hole, where, are we?
Right to the mine?
Yeah,
No,
oh,
Oh, okay.
okay.
we're not. Okay, no. That's a separate issue. Jim Davis sold these people from Belgrade or something, that property there. And they locked the road up, and it's the access to our mine, Scratch Hole Mine. And I called those people up and I said, you can't keep us out. We've been using that to access our mine since the 40s. And he said, well, there's no recorded easement. I said, well, check with your lawyer. We have established a prescriptive right to access our mine across that piece of property. And he got back a hold of me and he said, here is the combination to the gate.
Okay, so that wouldn't be anything to do with the county.
That, we're not particularly worried about that,
Okay, all right, but okay,
but that is a spur off of the road that I referred to, which is the road from over by Dave's house, Tower, that goes over to the Algonquin mine.
So I think the maps then have it all then, right? Dave, the proposed maps we had would cover it all except for taking out that one portion that Leo talked about.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll get everything together, people can sign the petition. But have it,
So what Bill
Ready
was
next
saying is that included on that original map that you were drawing out?
the portion of the scratch all is not on this.
No, I don't mean that. If he was saying,
But the,
or then,
The road that goes from Tower to the Algonquin, yeah, that's on any map that you can look at. It'd be on this map right here. It just. There's the county roads map and the county roads are highlighted in red.
right,
And that
yeah,
particular.
and it's right up here.
Right,
Yeah.
that particular piece of road is not highlighted in red.
but it would be on the ones that Matt Pierce.
But it would be
Yeah.
on the ones that
That
were,
Pierce made.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
So, yeah, I can have it ready next week and let everyone know that wants to come sign. If we can get more people, I think, on like fire department signing it. All the better.
Meeting and have everybody sign it. You know, whatever.
Okay,
Fine,
I'll let everyone know when it's ready then.
yeah,
Sound good plan?
hell yeah.
Alright.
Sounds great.
You know, we gave up on the road that McKay objected to because there was probably not as convenient. And probably not as historical, but there was that other route that we're talking about now. But we don't want to give up on that one because that's the only other alternate
Yeah.
fire access. And even McKay said, yeah, that's it, that's
Yeah.
the road.
Yeah,
But there are other people on that road that, you know, there are, like, there's the wizard,
Yeah.
and some other people and.
but they were all sent letters and no one's objected so far,
Okay, well, you're doing
Yeah.
God's work.
At least someone thinks that.
Keep at it.
So, moving on.
Yeah, I don't think there needs to be a commission decision, other than throwing out that idea that Jeff Abbott had of doing some one-time improvements to a few hundred yards of that road. I guess that's something you'll have to think about.
But what about that Cliff Gulch Road?
Yeah, that'll be part of it too, the 4. Oh,
Nobody objected.
yeah, no one objected. Well, yeah, no one objected. No one objected to any of them. There's some with the conditions, but
Somebody's house on fire, they're not gonna bitch, if you come up there.
that one we've said all along, it's been a county road. We didn't have a name for it, but that's Cliff Gulch. Only one past Boyd Campers, old place. In fact, the county had those people that wanted to do a driveway and they had to do an encroachment permit on that.
So we've covered all necessary roads then, there isn't some we've
I don't
forgotten.
miss nothing.
Well, probably others in the county that
I
could do
mean,
the same
for this
thing, but
route here,
but-
where,
Stuart Lakes petitioned. Actually, the first part of Tower is petitioned, but it's not very far. So yeah, this covers, I guess, this issue for now.
okay,
There may be others down the line want to do this, but.
I like the way you're moving this along, Blanche.
Hell yeah. Atta girl.
Alrighty, well, on that, we'll get that done and get.
Oh, like that.
Keep
All
moving.
right, we are dismissed then?
Yeah.
All right, excellent.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Chuck, you're gonna want fuel someday.
Yeah, Monday, maybe in a few weeks,
In 2 weeks?
few weeks.
In a few weeks.
Yeah.
It'll work out fine.
You're more than welcome, sir.
Yeah, we'll give you a call.
It's always entertaining to stop in and
You have to come up to my office one more time, or I'll meet you there.
see the boys and act, boys and girls and act.
If you want a photocopy of that.
Always, everyone
Yeah.
get a chance to read it, you know.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Did you?
But I'm glad that you got something.
Hey,
Yeah, get on that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, all right.
Bill,
Thank you.
hey, will you make sure Bill signs in?
At our house.
Hey, you guys wanna sign in here, Jim? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanna sign in here?
And Bill too.
Oh, Bill.
Damn it, Bill.
That's a little
Thank
gift.
you.
Well, get him a job up here.
Well, on that note, that's the day.
I suppose to sign in.
Yeah, thanks.
So could we get some more photos of these roads and I'll have them all marked out, so.
Yeah, we'll have some, they'll be attached to the petition.
And Matt Pierce is working on them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so
Bill,
the-
that was real nice.
It carts ahead of the horse a little bit in that, yeah, the petition's not been to you guys yet, but we're trying to work out the
Yeah.
issues ahead of time.
Oh, Elena?
Thank you. For the record, Elena Gagliano, waiting for a public comment, but I guess the meeting is over. I just wanted to say I couldn't tell who was talking. They didn't introduce themselves. They overtalked each other. This is a public meeting and I have no idea who was talking at the time. Or no introductions made either, for the record. Thank you.
I can summarize what everyone said if you like. So Dave Croft was here from the fire department. He talked about how these roads should be open from the fire department's perspective. We did get a letter from fire department. Josh McCown is the president. Had Bill Atnoli here that was explaining the different roads up there, and they're all good with the 4 being county roads. Leo Graham was here. He's got property up there. There was one spur road in the proposed maps that went to his property that they want that taken off. So that spur road will be taken off. So it'd just be Browns Gulch, Algonquin Mine, Cliff Gulch, and Tower would be the 4. And Pinky Ike was here. They and Leo, yeah, everyone concurred. Dave Harris was here. Everyone concurred with the 4 roads. But the public will have to sign the petition and submit it to the county.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Elena?
Elena Gagliano, for the record, thank you, Blaine, but it's after the fact. The meeting is ended. If there was somebody online who wanted to comment, we're waiting for public comment. They're probably gone because, you know, we ended the meeting without public comment. For the record, thank you.
Well, for the record, Elena, I only see your name and Scott McDonald on there. Had anybody been online that was interested, we certainly would have been watching for them.
Cause obviously seen her hand. Don't say that we didn't look. Not gonna get in a big debate over this. Elena?
I don't mean to have a debate. Again, Elena Gagliano, for the record, which I mean goes into the minutes. I don't expect any kind of debate, but how do you know who was online before? That's one thing. You already rushed, for the record. Again, you rushed the day. And things that you had scheduled for this afternoon, we're done, and you're probably going to adjourn for the day. That's interesting also. And as far as times given on agenda, approximate times, maybe Mr. or Representative Fitzpatrick is waiting for 12:30 to call in. Maybe the, what was it, the Rothschilds, whatever their name was, maybe they're waiting for the Rotwells. Maybe they're waiting for 12 o'clock to attend. But we don't care. What do you need an agenda for? Don't answer that. That's just my comment. Thank you. Have a great day. Until next week. Thank you.
So in debating you, Elena, I have participants sitting right here. Telling me who's online and who isn't. So you saying I don't know who's online, it's right here, and I wasn't debating you. I was just stating for the record, like you do, that information that's going out there to the public.
Thank you.
Lance, I wasn't addressing you. It was the chairman who said debating. I wasn't addressing you as debating me. Thank you. That's it.
Good, thank you.
Good. I'm glad you like it.
Oh, I love it. Merry Christmas.
So probably what Elena didn't hear was that Mr. Fitzpatrick didn't even acknowledge that. And so we tabled that for further discussion.
Yeah,
Courthouse stuff we discussed before because
The safety meeting.
I don't know that there's a whole lot you could do on that, cause I think it's probably federal. I can look into that if you want on the monies that went to Flickr Hydro instead of the county. So I think those are, yeah, federal requirements probably, which is frustrating,
Yeah,
but
the state can spend them, whatever,
yeah.
whatever way.
It'd be interesting to know, yeah, who made those stipulations.
I move to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Public comment? Hands on. In favor?
Aye.
Good job today, you guys.